Hi folks, Marcus here, and I'm at Mooloolaba Music today, and I'm going to show you this incredible Fenech guitar that I have in my hands. This is one of Fenech's master-built guitars. Now, our first introduction to Fenech guitars quite a number of years ago now was a couple of their master-built custom shop guitars when Aaron was basically every guitar was its own unique thing, and we fell in love with them straight away. And they were fantastic guitars. They did not hang around in the shop for very long. They found homes very quickly. Now, Fenech has brought out a great line of guitars in recent years, and they've also kept their beautiful master-built one-off limited guitars happening. And we had the opportunity of choosing a few timbers for them to make this beautiful guitar for us. So let's have a look at this master-built Grand Auditorium. So the top of this guitar, it's got a beautiful face on it. It's a very nicely even looking piece of spruce. This is Lutz spruce. So Lutz spruce is a hybrid of Sitka and white spruce, and it's naturally occurring hybrid. It's not something that has been put together. It is a naturally occurring species of spruce, and it kind of takes on some tonal qualities of both the Sitka and the white spruce. So it's what I find about it is it's got a real warm dynamic to it. So it's got a lot of projection. So very similar still to Sitka. You can tell from the look of it, it's a little bit more even looking. It's got quite I guess a well balanced look to it. But a little bit more warmth and projection than your typical Sitka spruce. And this one is actually a 5A grade Lutz spruce top. So really a beautiful looking piece of timber and a stunning sounding piece of timber as well. Now, if we're going to look at the rest of the timber in this is where things just really get crazy. So this here is called Chechen Rosewood. So Chechen Rosewood is a Central and South American species of rosewood. And straight away, when you start mentioning South American, Central American rosewood, you start going, this thing's going to be very toneful. And it is. It's a fantastic sounding timber. So it's actually really well balanced. It's again, it's actually got quite a lot of dynamics. It's balanced evenly in its tone. It's got a lot of sort of projection in the high end and a really well balanced bottom end and mid range as well. Probably more mid range than you'd expect from, I guess, your typical East Indian rosewood. So you just think of that with just a little bit more push in the mid range, as well as in that bottom end as well. So being a South American rosewood, of course, a lot of people think of your Brazilian rosewoods and your Honduran rosewoods. So it's got that kind of characteristic to it, maybe even a little bit denser. It's a fantastic sounding timber. It's hard to really liken it to anything else except those, Brazilian and South American rosewoods. It has to be heard. You've got to hear this guitar. You've got to come in. It sounds fantastic. So, of course, the Lutz spruce, the Chechen Rosewood. It's a great pairing. It's a fantastic sounding guitar because of that. But also, this guitar is built really well, which is, of course, something to do with how this guitar is going to sound as well. So those craftsmen and luthiers at Fenech Guitars, Aaron and his team know what they're doing. And to prove what they know what they're doing, you should have a look at some of the little aesthetic things that they've done to this. So the binding on this, like Aaron loves to do, he's using timber for his binding. I always love seeing timber binding. It's something to me, it just shows a real dedication to your craft. So this is East Indian rosewood binding. And we even have on the inside of that East Indian rosewood binding, we've got our purfling, which is a solid Honduran mahogany purfling around the edge. Now in the rosette, to kind of offset what's happening with our Chechen rosewood back and sides, we've got little pieces or segments of Chechen rosewood in our rosette in there as well. I love the color of it, of this Chechen rosewood. It's also known as Caribbean rosewood, by the way. So you might find some people calling it Caribbean rosewood if you look at some other boutique guitar manufacturers mentioning that. but it's got a beautiful sort of golden ambery kind of color to it. It's quite stunning. Looking at the neck, our fretboard is an African ebony fretboard with a beautiful flourish mother of pearl inlay. So this beautiful shape that they've hand cut out in-house, it's called a flourish shape, and it's a true real mother of pearl on an absolutely beautiful piece of African mahogany. Of course, paired with a African mahogany bridge as well, tusk saddle in there. Now, if we're looking at the neck, this is a solid one-piece African mahogany neck as well. So it's actually a really beautiful piece of timber in that. Up on the headstock, we've got our gold Godo machine heads. And we've got an African ebony overlay on the headstock as well. So it's a really nice faceplate there. And of course, we've got our motif here in the flourish shape as well, like we've done here. Incredible sounding instrument. We're absolutely ecstatic about how great this instrument looks as well as sounds. One more detail, this actually comes with a TKL flight case. Now, these cases are worth over $400 here in Australia, and they are incredibly great cases, so for traveling, but also a beautiful case. That's included with this guitar, so case is taken care of. Traveling, if you want to move this guitar around, you can feel a little bit more secure that it's going to be taken care of. Now, we've got lots of Fenech guitars in stock, so please come in, have a play, come talk to us about this. We'd love to. We'd love to show this beautiful guitar to you and for you to have a little listen and hear how it sounds. If you can't make it in, you can talk to us on the phone, send us an email, check it out on the website as well. We hope to hear from you really soon. Thank you so much.